I am going to go with some taros steak. A nice prime cut of taros.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
With some Fang Wild mushrooms.
All right. That went... All right. We cannibalizing other legends. Let's go.
Welcome to the Gravity Cancel Podcast.
Hello, and welcome to episode 57 of the Gravity Cancel Podcast. Rox, it has been quite some time.
It has been a minute. You were in a different country, and now I am in a new home.
I didn't even realize that.
Yeah, I'm in a new place.
You said that a while ago, and it didn't register that you had moved, and now there's a door behind you.
So, yeah, that goes to my bathroom. So, I know everyone's probably way more interested in hearing about your trip to Japan, but instead, I'm going to tell my story on why my setup isn't that awesome right now. So, I have a huge strip that goes back behind the desk. If anyone's seen a picture of my desk, it's like glowing from behind. A Hue strip that's usually around like a picture frame, a Hue light bulb, a second like discount brand light bulb, and that's how I color everything, right?
Yeah, it's your e-girl vibe.
Exactly. And then I was also super excited because these have actual light bulbs instead of being like a fancy built-in like light inside
LED.
like an LED ring that's inside of the thing. So I just went to Walmart, got some color lighting. It was like it was a 3-pack of light bulbs. You could just change the color on your phone, and I was like, all right, perfect. So now I was gonna have one set up right here, and then I was gonna do the ceiling ones. It was gonna be hella colorful in here. Do you notice that it's not hella colorful in here? I just have the one light.
Not.
I just have one light back here.
You've got the Milky Way galaxy behind you.
Yeah. So I go to set everything up, and after I, because now I've got all these tanks and stuff, I set all those up, get my desk set up, and it wasn't until the next day that I started plugging my computer in. I didn't even think about a wired connection, and I was like, where the hell is the router? It's not here, so, worst case, I'll just have it moved in here. But I get to looking. We don't have a router. We have something called an access point.
Oh, no.
That is just in another closet, just a big hole in the wall that opens up, and there's a bunch of Ethernet cables in there.
Right. Now, does it run throughout the whole unit, whole house?
Through mine, yes.
Okay.
And the problem is, to do a wired connection, I'm on Wi-Fi right now, but I'm fucking struggling. Lord. But I have to do an Ethernet cable all the way along this wall, over this, actually I'll just show you, along this back wall, all the way up and over that door, out that door, into the next room, and then around into a closet. But look at my nice little bearded dragon setup.
So it doesn't have, so you don't have Ethernet ports in the rooms?
Nope.
Dude, I hate it when they do that. When they put the access point in, just run it to every room.
Yep.
It's easy enough. When I built my house in Arizona, I only got in the master bedroom and one of the offices. And I regretted that decision. If you build a house, put it everywhere.
No, I still have got to figure out a way to get it situated. Because guess what? Hue lights, there's a brick that you have to plug in to the wall and plug into the router. The access point would work fine. However, the plug-in onto this brick that has to go into an AC port or whatever, like actually plugged in.
Yeah.
There's no fucking plugs in there.
Wait, you have to plug your Hue light into the Ethernet?
Yeah. So
why?
And then you get on the Wi-Fi on your phone, and that's how you control the lights.
Oh.
And
dude, just get a power link adapter for that.
I don't even know what that is, but
it basically runs Ethernet through your. It's not good for like gaming, but it runs Ethernet through your electrical cables.
Oh, okay.
So it uses your electrical cables as like a conduit to run Ethernet internet data.
Okay. And the 3 lights that I got, they can only connect to a 2.4 or 2.5 gigahertz Wi-Fi. And I don't have access to change any of that shit. I've just got the 5G. So I'm just fucked.
The things
Lover lady, feel free to cut out all of that if that wasn't that interesting.
Are you still in old Jayville?
Oh yeah, I'm in I didn't even know this place existed, but it's like way nicer. I love it over here.
Really?
Yeah.
How far was the move?
15 minutes.
15 minutes is like my cutoff for hiring movers. If I'm more than 15 minutes away, I'm hiring movers.
Oh, I hired movers.
Oh yeah, I mean it's not a hard cutoff, but like it almost.
Well, my
makes
last
it more
place
worth
was on the second floor as well. So.
Oh yeah.
I ain't doing this shit.
This one's first floor.
Mm-hmm. And I have a 9-foot long desk. Absolutely not.
Yeah. So speaking of rooms, as you can see, my blinds back here got really fucked because of my cat. He's still alive, but
the 3-legged cat.
Fucked up. No, the old one. He did that while I was in Japan. I went to Japan, and it was the most mid experience of my life.
God, we're gonna get to a fight here.
It was good. In retrospect, it was good. During it, you're stressed out. There's anxiety. You don't speak the language these people speak. It's stressful. But in retrospect, it was fun. Not top 5 places I visited, but probably top 10, I would say. I got the souvenir from Muscle Girl. I got slapped by like 8 muscle girls and then kicked in the butt by like 8 muscle girls. It's just a bar.
Very weird. The video is in the Discord.
Yeah, the video's in the Discord. It's just a bar where these off-season like bodybuilding girls serve drinks.
Listen, player.
It's pretty amazing, actually.
The group photo you took, it looked like maybe two of those girls could be considered a muscle girl. I was a little disappointed.
Okay, so there were some that I'm like, you just got hired because people like you. I don't know. But our muscle girl, Yura, I don't know how to pronounce her name. She was very friendly. She had us add her on Instagram, and like she was in shape, but she wasn't like super fit. And then I go look at her Instagram, and it's like professional bodybuilder. So it's very like off season. They're very fit.
Go ahead and plug that into the Discord.
They have a Twitch channel that they stream on like every night.
That's hilarious.
I was just watching it last night, and you can pay 1,500 bits, and it starts this big dance thing going on in the club.
Hell yeah.
But yeah, it was like $30, I think, all you can drink for 80 minutes.
I could drink a lot in 80 minutes, brother.
I know, I did. Went and saw a sumo tournament. That was super cool. Like one of the national sumo tournaments. But like overall, it's busy. There's lots of crowds.
Like what other types of things did you try to go to?
So I went to Fukushima Daiichi nuclear power plant because I had to. Mm-hmm. One of the big important events in my industry. That was insane. Like, I won't go into details on that because it's going to be over everyone's head, but that was absolutely crazy. So sumo tournament, muscle girl, restaurants. That's it.
You didn't go to a shrine. You didn't go to a bathhouse.
Oh no, we went to the what was it called? The Torii gates. There's like 1,000 orange gates, and like the biggest ones out front.
Those are almost all donated, by the way.
Really?
I think they're like donated or something.
They look very old, so they donated them a long time ago. But like the biggest gates out front, and then it's just a bunch of small gates that you walk through, and it's like, okay. Once you've seen one shrine, you've seen them all. Like they all look the same. Yeah, it's just maybe I just don't appreciate the culture enough. I don't know, man. I don't know. I wouldn't go back.
You're not a weeb at all, so that makes sense.
I did see the statue of Weeberty. I saw the big 65-foot Gundam.
And immediately disrespected it. Wow.
It was pretty cool. What else did I do? Yeah, it's just nothing stuck out, man. Nothing really stuck out.
Shameful.
If you ever get the chance, go to Salt Lake City. They have a really cool.
Jesus Christ.
They have a really cool Mormon scene. I would recommend that over Japan.
Oh, holy shit.
All right, let's get into some Brawlhalla stuff. Do you got anything else you want to talk about before we get out of this? I called it a 10-minute free-for-all in our show notes.
And we're at 10 minutes and 39
we're at
seconds.
10 minutes.
All right. That's about it. Let's start talking about Brawlhalla.
All right, Brawlhalla. While I was in Japan and absolutely wrecking on Japan servers because Japan kids are trash, we had a Mugi release.
Mm-hmm.
That was on, what day was it? It was like July 18th, 19th, 20th?
He's pretty fun legend to play. You definitely have to do speed stance.
He's fucking strong, is what he is. I didn't really get to appreciate how good he was while I was in Japan because I was like playing on Wi-Fi, and I didn't, I was like, am I just getting wrecked because I'm on Wi-Fi? Or am I getting wrecked because he's good? No, he's good. Like, he's a really good legend.
No nerfs, baby.
I know, dude. We'll get to that in a minute, but he's probably the strongest legend they've released since, like, I don't know. It's been a while, man. Jaeyoon? But Jaeyoon was only strong because of Greatsword, and it's...
No, I feel like Arcadia was pretty strong out the gate.
Not like this, man. Those SIGs are strong.
Some of them are kind of hard to hit, but when they hit...
No, they hit you hard. So along with Imugi, we got Ship Sinker Imugi skin, Mecha Imugi, and Exoshell Imugi. Did you end up buying any of those?
Yes, I got the skeleton one.
Yeah, of course. That's the one I got too. Because, like, the shell is so
Exoshell
sick.
Imugi.
And then we got...
I wanted to do the Ship Sinker Imugi, but once I saw it in game with, like, the colors, it just didn't really, like, strike me.
It doesn't take colors well. But that axe is super sick. The anchor.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we got a new legend that I'm not super thrilled about. But I'm glad that axe players got another broken legend.
Hell yeah, brother.
Something to talk about in that patch, they updated the map pool. And I know the ranked map pool. No. This was the previous patch.
Oh.
This was the Imugi release patch. We haven't talked about this yet. This is something you've been, like, on BMG about since we started podcasting. You hate that there's no diversity in the ranked maps. Well, now there is.
I assume if I go here and go to the Imugi... Oh, no, that's him joining the free rotation. Let's see.
It would have been like 3 news articles ago. So we got... I don't know how you feel about this one. We got Twilight Grove. Twilight Grove is in the ranked 1v1 set.
Hold on, I'm trying to find him. And there needs to be an easier way to just view the map pools.
Oh, I'm looking on the Brawlhalla.com/news.
Yeah, which is it? Valhalla is eating well thanks to Warrior Chef Imugi?
It's new legend Imugi, new experimental gadget, and ranked map pools. Patch 8.11.
Oh, yeah, you right. I found it.
Yeah. I know you were calling for this one for a while. You were calling for Inverted Dracula's Castle.
Oh, is that the one with the roof?
That's the one with the roof, man.
Hell yeah, brother. That's what we're fucking talking about.
I feel like this was like a direct answer to all your requests. Whether BMG heard them or not, this was a direct response to you, man. And as happy as I am for you, I am not happy we got Twilight Grove in the ranked map pool.
So many maps. Oh my
That's the
God.
other thing. Like, the map pool wasn't this big, right?
Oh, we got the fishing port. Let's go.
We got Small Mammoth Fortress back. I didn't even realize that.
Let's see. Tournament 1v1. I'm trying to pull it up in game. Oh, that's weird. It does not give you those options if you do tournament 1v1.
Because the tournament pool is different than the ranked pool.
I don't think there's a way to just view it in game.
I'm not positive. Anyways, new ranked map pool for both 1v1 and 2v2. And it's right up your alley. I know you haven't been playing much Brawlhalla. You've been all on the Elden Ring. But,
oh, don't remind me.
You gotta get in, man. You gotta get in. We also got a new experimental gadget, Bubble Bomb. Have you played with that at all?
I've picked it up a couple times. I haven't been able to hit anybody with it.
Pretty much every time I hit someone with it, I hit myself. Because it's like point blank, and then you're both stuck in a bubble. But when you hit someone with it, and then hit them with a SIG, they get knocked so far back. Like, it's almost a guaranteed KO at, like, yellow.
Let's see. I'm going to try to... I got the game pulled up here. Give gadget. Bubble Bomb.
Brock's just trying things while we're recording.
Well, I mean, it's part of it. I got to be able to give my... Yeah, that's ass. That shit's ass, dude. Get it out of the game.
How do you feel about them adding more gadgets?
I don't hate it. I mean, I think the sticky bomb is insane. The damage that it does if you don't dodge at the right time, and I feel like the dodging isn't like the correct timing at all.
No, you have to dodge like early, like
yeah, it's
way
kind of
early.
Weird.
I have trouble hitting people with it. I cannot hit people with it to save my life. Like the best use I've found for the sticky bomb is to like throw it straight up, let it hit me, and then chase after them.
Okay.
Worst case scenario, I can just dodge it. Best case scenario, they burn their dodge as I dodge, and we're both allowed to dodge.
If they're waiting to dodge, if you hit them with a signature, even if it's like a you're up close signature, it won't do damage to you, but it stun locks them to where they still get hit by the bomb.
Oh, that's a good use. So, Imugi, the chef, what would you have Imugi cook up for you, Rox?
You know what? I just want some nice diced pork belly on a stick. That's what I want. I want some pork belly right
belly
now.
on a stick.
Mm-hmm.
I am going to go with some Taros steak. A nice prime cut of Taros.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
With some Fang Wild mushrooms.
All right. That went... All right. We cannibalizing other legends. Let's go.
Next order of business, some BCX hype. It's getting upon us, Rox. We are about 3 months and a week away from BCX. Yep.
And we're working on it being...
The Airbnb is booked.
How many people do we have so far, allegedly?
8 or 9.
8 or 9?
For sure. Maybe 9. It's going to be absurd, man. I'm almost nervous for it. Because like last year, I can deal with 2 extra people. But 6 extra people? Alright. It's gonna be rough, man.
we just can't have any pros over or their drunk girlfriends.
Yeah, no Snipe Socks or Kitten Vodka. Sorry.
It's crazy that you didn't even know who Snipe Socks was.
I knew who Snipe Socks was. I couldn't pick him out of a crowd.
I was gonna say he's been playing for a while.
Oh, I've played Snipe Socks a few times, and he is one of the most miserable people to fight. Not because he's good, just because he's boring as fuck to fight. So you've had 2 experiences at BCX. How do you think this one's going to compare?
I think this is going to be the best one yet.
I think so too. We are in the... So you were close to the Galleria the first time, right?
Yes. I stayed in a... I will say this was like my favorite part of the first year. I stayed.
No, your place was sick, man.
it was a luxury apartment that I don't think they were supposed to be using as an Airbnb, But yeah, it was super nice. And like I look out my window and there's like it's one of those pools. I sent pictures of it that's like long and then turns around the building, and it's like in between the buildings on like the 6th floor. It was awesome.
That was an insane place. Our place last year was a cool spot. Like it was just a house, but like it was like a nice size, had everything we needed, and it was like 13 minutes from Cobb Galleria. This one's 15 minutes from Cobb Galleria. It's fucking massive.
We might have to hire movers, dude.
It sleeps up to 15 people.
Hell yeah. No hot tub, though. No hot tub.
Yeah, no hot tub. We do have a fire pit, and we're 15 minutes from Claremont Lounge.
Keep me away from the fire pit.
We're like, yeah. We'll have a exclusion area for the Malort around the fire pit. Beers only around the fire pit.
I didn't think Malort was going to be that combustible.
Oh, dude, I'm so hyped. What are you most excited for in Atlanta outside of BCX?
Going back to that oddity shop.
Photographs. We are 8 minutes away from Little 5 Points, which is where that oddity shop was.
Hell yeah.
There's a pizza place I want to check out there as well. Did you look at not the agenda that I put together? Well, it's on the agenda. It has the places I have pegged as being of interest.
Big peg guy, huh?
Big peg guy.
No, I've actually not. I looked through it a little bit, but I didn't do any deep diving.
So we have to go to Sister Louise's Church of the Living Room and Ping Pong Emporium because we did not do that last year.
You're right.
Atlanta Botanical Gardens. Have you heard of this place?
Can we go back to the aquarium?
Dude, yes.
I fucking love the aquarium, dude.
I love aquariums.
Hopefully every school in Georgia won't be doing a field trip that day.
Here, I'm just going to copy and paste you some of these pictures from the Botanical Gardens. And, like, this place, I hope it's insane in the winter. But, like, it looks crazy. And we'll have to have
awesome.
We'll have to have Lover Lady post some of these.
Make sure you send them to him as well. Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, I am stupid hyped for this place. I think it's like, let's see, it looks like it's probably like a 5-minute drive if I were to guess, just looking at this map. Okay. So I'm super hyped for that one. And then there's this place I want to check out called Gun Show. It's like this world-class chef that has a bunch of other chefs that work for him. Mm-hmm. And they make a bunch of like dim sum dishes, so just little like brunchy type small plates. Mm-hmm. And they bring them around in carts, and if you want it, you just grab it.
Oh, hell yeah, dude.
So they bring out whatever they've prepared, and then you just grab it as they walk by.
You know what shocks me more than anything?
What?
The fact that you hated Japan.
I didn't hate Japan.
You hated Japan.
I never once said I
But if I took you to fucking Pigeon Forge, Tennessee, to fucking Redneck Vegas, you would love everything there.
Oh! I didn't tell you about this part of, what was it called? Golden Guy in Japan. This place was fucking sick. So there's Golden Guy and Piss Alley. We didn't go down Piss Alley. Okay. But Golden Guy is just like streets of little bars with like 5 seats.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so you're just walking down. The first place we went to, you walk in and there's balloons everywhere.
And for those who want to look it up, it's Guy, G-A-I.
G-A-I, yeah.
It's that typical, like, super cramped Japanese alleyway with all the little restaurants and stuff. Yep, that's exactly
what it is. The first place we went into, they had, like, all these balloons all over the walls and ceilings, and you could pay 500 yen, which equates to, like, $2, $3, mm-hmm. and you get to poke one of them, and you get whatever is in it. So, like, I pay 500 yen, poke one, I get 1,000 yen. So I'm like, okay, sweet. All my drinks are free now. Because they only charge like 500 yen for a drink there. Mm-hmm. So then I buy a drink. And then Mrs. Spancake's got one. I think hers was just like a drink of choice. But it was like you pay 500 yen and you get to pop one of these things. They took our picture, probably posted us on Instagram. I don't know. It was cool. That
Hell
place,
yeah, that's awesome.
Golden Guy was really sick. You reminded me of that with Redneck Vegas. Because I don't know what Redneck Vegas is, but I know it's right up my alley.
Well, and the thing is, it has nothing to do with gambling at all.
Right.
It was
right.
Here's everyone from Ohio, Kentucky, Indiana, and some similar surrounding states can remember the times where the whole year your family will be like, we're going to go to the beach this year. We're going to go to the beach this
Oh
year.
yeah. No.
And then
the
instead,
Midwest the same way.
Instead, you decide to go to Pigeon Forge because you're like, we can't afford the beach this year. You go to Pigeon Forge, spend $3,000 more than you would have spent at the fucking beach. It's go-karts. I'm sure I've talked about this on the podcast before. But
No, I don't think you have.
You can go to a place called the Dixie Stampede. So go ahead and Google that.
Oh, I've heard of the Dixie Stampede, yeah.
So, it's just like really great food, and it's like and they don't give you any silverware. You get like a whole ass chicken and a soup and like corn and bread, and it's just fantastic. And it's like a horse show, and then they also do like I don't know if they still do it, but back in my day they did like a Blues versus the Grays kind of Civil War reenactment, and each side of the arena was a different team, and a different team won every night, kind of thing. And,
it's like medieval times for the Civil War.
Exactly. That's exactly what it is. And at the beginning and end, there's a giant projector screen that's just Dolly Parton saying, hey. And then there's Dollywood, which is like, you've been to Kings Island, right?
Yeah.
So imagine Kings Island, but it just has Dolly Parton all over the place. Honestly, it's from what I recall, way, way nicer than Kings Island. And then there's also Splash Country next door, the water version.
Oh, yeah.
Awesome. And
Kings Island has the fastest roller coaster in the United States, though.
Does it really? Is it
Diamondback?
Diamondback?
They used to. It's the race car one. Fastest island. Fastest island moves 2 centimeters a year. Fastest roller coaster. Formula Rosa? Is that it? No, that's got to be in like Abu Dhabi. Yeah, that's in Abu Dhabi. Top Thrill? Is that it? I can't remember.
Fastest roller coaster, Kings Island. Orion. Is the fastest roller coaster at Kings Island.
I might be lying to you then.
Top speed of 91 miles per hour.
Maybe it was Cedar Point. Maybe I'm thinking of Cedar Point in Ohio. God, I fucking love Ohio.
But then, like, and that's so crazy to me. That's the wildest thing to me. And if you, and also like at in Pigeon Forge, there's like a place that is, it's like a big barn. You go inside, and they have, it's the flavored moonshine you can buy at most liquor stores.
Yeah.
It's like Old Smoky is the brand,
Yep.
I think. It's owned by that. You go in, there's every flavors that aren't on store shelves, anything you can imagine, just massive. And they give you a punch card for like $5, and you can just try as many shots of it as you want.
What?
Yep.
That sounds like a really bad time. All right. Back to Brawlhalla.
Back to the Brawloos.
Today, we just got patch 8.12. The Borderlands crossover. So, have you had a chance to look at, play?
I've got them pulled up right here, baby. Let's switch to the other scene.
Yeah.
And the scene's broken. All right. So,
fuck it, Weeball.
Let's see who we got here. Where'd they go?
Do you even know who they're for?
Actually, no, I don't.
All right, so we got Lilith, the Siren, as Reno.
Oh my god, she takes colors really well.
Yep, that was an instant buy for me. As soon as I saw the colors and
it's
like
just the
signatures,
hair, dude. Holy shit.
Yeah, instant buy. Super sick orb skin. Kind of similar to the Kind of similar to the Ryu one, but with more flames.
That is a very cool standby. All right, let's get us a weapon here. Why does her face look so smug?
Why is it so grainy?
I couldn't tell you.
It might just be.
It's probably the Discord.
Yeah.
Little Reno action.
Yeah. You gotta hit him. Gotta hit him with that down stick. Ah. Okay, never mind. Hit him with the down stick.
Oh.
Yeah. Woo.
That's pretty sick. The signature I always try to hit, but never hit. Oh, that's really cool.
Yeah, it's real fucking pretty. Hit a side light into that.
Oh, wait.
That's neutral light.
You're right.
Yeah.
Look at how smug she looks. Why does she look? She looks like she's mewing.
All right, so we also have Tiny Tina.
This might be the coolest crossover we have, looks-wise.
All right, I sort of agree, but sort of disagree. Because this is not the Tiny Tina that I know and love. This is like later Tiny Tina.
Oh, yeah?
Because of the bunny ears? That's not like OG Tiny Tina, man. When did you start playing Borderlands?
I only played Borderlands 1.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
So, Tiny Tina wasn't in Borderlands 1, was she?
I don't think so. Because wasn't her... It was Borderlands, like the... Was it the Ballad of Tiny Tina or some shit like that?
No, she was an NPC. I think it was 2. Yeah, she's in Borderlands 2. I guess she did have bunny ears, but they were like... She wore a witch's hat as well. So they were kind of hidden. Man, witch's hat would have been sick. They should have done witch's hat Tiny Tina.
You know what? I think the witch's hat is the one I remember. Like, I just remember her as a character. I don't remember, like, playing a game with her.
What she looked like, yeah. I love the lance.
I do too.
The lance is so sick. That down sig? Yeah, that down sig's so good.
Okay, alright.
Tiny Tina also takes colors pretty well. And then we have Krieg as Raza.
Who the fuck is this guy? He just looks like a generic, like an off-brand version of the guy we know and love from the cover of the Borderlands game.
He's the same species, race, class, whatever you want to call it. He was in Borderlands 3, I think was the first playable appearance for him. Maybe it was Borderlands 2. No, he was Borderlands 2. DLC maybe? So yeah, he's basically a generic psycho.
This axe skin is pretty cool.
The axe skin's cool. Pretty much just an off-brand Barraza.
Like, quite literally. Have you ever noticed that if you...
Go ahead.
I was going to say, every time you give yourself a weapon...
You pick that one up?
Yep, you're guaranteed to pick it up next.
I love on his SIGs how his arm just gets fucking gigantic.
Yeah.
It looks so out of place.
SIGs are kind of lame.
I was least impressed with Krieg as a... I do like that side SIG on Axe, though.
Now, if we would have had a Mad Moxie, we'd be talking.
All right. So, who's your favorite Borderlands character?
Mad Moxie.
Why is it Mad Moxie?
Hot.
Mad Moxie. I was gonna ask you who your favorite character was at the beginning of this. Mad Moxie is my favorite character, and I will never simp for a cartoon girl. But Mad Moxie does things to my southern hemisphere that no other cartoon girl does.
And then we also have these two weapon skins. This doesn't look very Borderlands to me unless it's some crazy weapon.
What? That's the most Borderlands.
There were like 2 million weapon combinations in the game, bro. I can't memorize all of them.
That's like, I think it was Borderlands 3 that had that weapon.
Claptrap's pretty cool.
I do like the Claptrap sidekick.
The avatars are pretty mid. Not gonna lie. I don't have a fucking clue who this is.
That's fucking Kung Fu Panda.
Oh, is it?
They randomly did a Kung Fu Panda discount event and added that avatar.
Oh, okay. All right.
We also, if you log in during the event, you get a title called Vault Hunter. So be sure to log in and get that. So yeah, I bought the Lilith skin. I'm gonna buy Claptrap and probably the Vault avatar. Overall, not a bad event. Not a bad crossover.
It's still so strange to me that they don't use the word Borderlands anywhere.
I brought that up.
Yeah, I was talking to people about it just the other day. It's 100% because this is a marketing ploy for the new movie.
But why wouldn't you call it Borderlands then?
Because if it's 100% because the marketing company or whatever company is paying for the marketing for the movie does not have the right. They have the movie rights for Borderlands. They don't have the video game rights, which probably way more expensive. So they have the option to either say these are Vault Hunters. Obviously, this is Borderlands. No one's going to be confused on that. Or they pay a bunch of extra money for the licensing to have part of the Borderlands.
So basically,
license, you know,
Gearbox didn't want to give them but they have the rights to the appearances of the character.
Well, it's weird. Movie rights versus video game rights are weird. That's why, like even look at Spider-Man. Those are two different whole things that Sony have or has. Yeah,
I hope at some point they decide to call it Borderlands, because no one. I have so many friends that enjoy Borderlands, and no one has any clue that this is happening because it's not going to pop up on their news feeds because it doesn't say Borderlands on it.
Mm-hmm.
So no one is, unless you play Brawlhalla, this isn't going to bring new people in because the Borderlands fans aren't going to see this.
Yeah. Which, I mean, I don't think a 3-character crossover in a fighting game where you have to pay how much, $15 for one skin. I don't think that's going to attract a lot of people. I love Borderlands, so let me go play this 2D fighting game. I got to pay $15 for a skin for my favorite character. Although Star Wars, different story. Star Wars, different animal.
Why?
Because
Why would Star Wars be different?
Star Wars is way more popular.
Come on, man. So you're thinking because of the amount of people that like Star Wars, you're more likely to convert a Star Wars fan into a Brawlhalla player than Borderlands?
They might check it out or at least give it a look. They might even just look at it to talk shit about it because, the sheen on his helmet should actually be this grayscale code instead of this color black.
So in preparing for this, you had mentioned that you have a Borderlands story you want to share.
Oh, shit.
Did you want to share that?
Borderlands story. What do you have my exact wording?
No, I don't have your exact wording.
Oh, crap. Yeah, I've completely forgotten.
I'm scrolling through our messages to try to find it.
I'll try to think of it while we're doing the topic of the podcast.
All right. Before we get to the topic of the podcast, we have a small balance patch as well as graduating spear and blasters dare variations to all queues. Those variations now allow you to hit more reliably on stage, so the hitbox doesn't go down below the stage.
Mm-hmm.
Very, very good implementation by BMG for sure.
Especially
balance patch
on
the other hand. Oh yeah, spear is so much better now.
Oh my god, how did you sneak this in here? Just the small word balance patch. That's a lot of info we're about to go over.
Yeah. Well, we're not going to go in details, per se. There's some stuff that I would like to discuss about it, though. Axe got fucking gutted. And it still feels good. I got obliterated by a guy trying to figure out what they changed on Axe. He was just hitting D-lights to try to understand what it changed. And he hit me 8 times. Literally every attack that was it. I feel like he was looking at the balance patch and just going down the list as he was hitting me with them. He was like, "Oh yeah, that does less damage now. Let's."
He's
try
looking
to
over at his other monitor. Yeah.
Yeah. And maybe that's a skill issue on my part. It probably is, but Axe still feels really good. The 2 other things that well, 3 other things that really stood out to me. We got a buff to Spear that they previously nerfed the exact same thing, like, I don't know, probably 6 months ago.
Just roll it back.
Rolling back the Sair. So Sair now combos reliably into, I think it's Inlight, I guess, for high dex legends. The one that's very curious to me is buffing Sword Downlight. Why does Downlight on Sword need a buff? That weapon is fine. Also, like, come on. They nerfed Boots and Orb. Boots don't need a nerf. Orb doesn't need a nerf. Orb needs a small nerf. But not what they nerfed.
Scrolling through the legends, seeing if there's anything.
Well,
big.
One thing should stick out to you.
Wushang.
Yeah. Wushang does need a nerf. The thing that should stick out to you is that a Moogie did not get nerfed.
Yep.
How the fuck do you not nerf a Moogie?
Our boy was perfect out the gate. Or they just feel like people haven't had enough time to try to have fun and abuse him.
Yeah, but every legend, the first balance patch after, they get a nerf. No matter what. And I think it's because BMG still doesn't know how he's going to perform. I think BMG is afraid to do the balance patch. And then there's a tournament in like, I think it's 2 weekends. And then he just dominates the tournament. Even after they tuned him down. So yeah, a lot of people are praising this balance patch. I'm kind of indifferent about it. The axe was much needed. Hammer nerfs much needed. Sort of needed. But sword buffs and spear buffs, we are
spear
back
buffs all day, baby.
We are back in a Hattori meta, dude. Hattori is gonna dominate.
Hattori's not been meta so long though. She deserves it.
No, give some shine to the new legends, man. Buff Orb, buff Boots, buff Cannon.
I'm so excited for this. I've been a wee bit distracted because I was pulling up my presentation for the topic of the podcast.
You got a presentation.
I got a presentation.
All right.
Now, it only took me 5 minutes to make in Photoshop, so it's not that beautiful, but it is a presentation nonetheless.
Brox, we will go ahead and get into the topic of the podcast. So,
you sounded so defeated.
Topic of the podcast today is Borderlands. Welcome to Brawlhalla. Rox, we are going to theorycraft a Borderlands sequel using Brawlhalla Legends, much like we had kind of done with Dungeons and Dragons and the party question a few episodes ago. So what I would like to discuss, we're going to pick 4 Vault Hunters. Brawlhalla Legends as Vault Hunters. And I had arbitrarily assigned the first 4 classes that Borderlands introduced. Berserker, Siren, Hunter, and Soldier, because Borderlands 1's the best Borderlands. We're going to pick 2 NPCs and their roles. We're going to pick the annoying companion via, Claptrap. And the villain, the big villain that we have to beat to get to the vault.
So, I did an unfortunate thing here.
Okay.
And
you didn't read the show notes.
No. I misread and just made my own team and the NPCs and had them all ready. To where we could compare. Let me go ahead and go into this here. So, here's my squad, right? Why does it look so dark? So, this is my squad, right? Can you guess who's who?
All right. No. I like that you did the skins, though.
Right.
So I'm going to say Baraz is the villain?
No. These are just like little mobs. This is not all of it.
Oh, okay.
So it's the ones in the center are 4 Vault Hunters.
So we got Cross, Arcadia, Atori, and Taros.
Can you guess the Berserker?
All right, that's Taros for sure.
Absolutely. I haven't picked the skins for him. Who do you think the Siren is?
That's a tough one, but I'm going to have to say Arcadia?
Hell yeah, brother. Who do you think the Hunter is?
That's Cross?
Nope.
You're going Atori on the Hunter?
Yeah. Notori's the Hunter.
Okay.
Because, well, that skin, her sword and her spear are guns. And then Cross for the soldier, because I just saw that mustache in the Western style, and I was like, I can make this a Borderlands character. I like it.
What background is that?
One of the Street Fighter backgrounds that I think is in-game, but isn't used for anything. Now, again, because I... bad reading comprehension here.
Wow.
I want to...
Rox, I just have to praise you. This is a really good image.
Thanks, man. I literally only took me 5 minutes.
I wish I would have thought of doing this.
Now, for the NPCs, I had... Let's see here. Number 1 is the Space Fate.
Okay.
I struggled with this one a lot. She sells parts for cars and spacecraft.
Okay.
And that's what she does. And then we've got
So she's
Petra.
like the mechanic, like the
yeah.
Scooter? Is that his name?
I could not tell you.
Cooter? I don't know.
Cooter?
The guy that sells you vehicles.
See, I can't even remember having vehicles in Borderlands.
It
was well over a decade that I played that game.
No, it's been a long
on
time,
dial-up with no connection. Now, Petra, so she's real neat because what she does is she has an arena where you do like she hosts tournaments.
So she's kind of like Mad Moxie.
Kinda. I was gearing it more towards like the Coliseum in Oblivion that you can fight through.
Yeah.
It's kind of like that. And fun fact about that Coliseum in Oblivion, I thought that it was just part of the quest of going through that to get visited by a vampire in the middle of the night, and I just became a vampire. And I was like, oh, I didn't have to do that. Holy shit, this ruined my save file. But anyway, that's what Petra does. And then lastly, the villain, I went with Fancy Thatch. He just feels like he could be a Borderlands villain.
I'm laughing because there's some similarities here. Do you have a sidekick?
Oh, I'm glad you asked. He's in this photo.
Is it Arcadia's Beetle?
Nope.
Where the fuck is... I don't see a sidekick anywhere. Oh! It's the little robot, constructor robot guy.
Yeah, the little core. Just riding on the back of Taros.
That's a pretty good one. Alright, so I don't have visuals to go with mine, but I will try to craft my story for you.
Perfect.
Alright. I'm going to tell you the legends, and you have to guess their Vault Hunter role. So my 4 Vault Hunters. First I have Kaya.
Kaya... Siren?
No, I went with Hunter on Kaya.
Ooh, that was actually my first guess.
Got the bow and spear, but what I kind of imagined... so you remember, was it Mordecai was the hunter in Borderlands 1?
That sounds right, yeah.
He had Bloodwing, I think. Dude, it's been so long. I'm pulling this all out of my ass. Bloodwing was his little hawk. That like you sent out and like scouted and
yeah, that's right.
So what I'm imagining is like Kaya has a skill tree where it's like animal spirits kind of thing, and like she can summon different animal spirits as part of her skill tree. And then she also has like fine hunting skills, so like she can like see like super far and shit.
This man even planned out the skill trees. I did not come this prepared.
I like how we approach this different ways. You're like graphic design, and I'm like, let's talk about their skill trees. Ada. This one should be relatively easy.
Siren?
Yeah, siren.
Okay, there we go.
So she's like a cyber siren, or like a robot siren kind of thing. So instead of crafting or using elemental spells, she crafts things that look very magical, and uses those and like deceives people by that.
Okay.
So they think she's like this super siren, but she's really just using technology. Thatch.
Ooh, soldier.
Absolutely. So,
did you pick? You didn't pick skins for any of these, I assume.
I did not. Unfortunately. If I were to pick one, it would be Shark Thatch, just because.
Hell yeah.
Thatch. I haven't thought about all his skill trees yet, but the two that stick out to me are Swashbuckling Tree, which he gets like extra power by swapping between his sword and gun. So like if he attacks with sword and then shoots his gun, it increases the damage, or like shoots the gun and attacks with the sword, it increases the damage. And then the Grog tree. If you remember Borderlands 1, Roland had a medic tree kind of thing where he could heal his teammates.
Mm-hmm.
So this is Grog. So all he does is he throws bottles to the teammates, and it heals them, but it gets them drunk. So they have a tougher time aiming as they get healed, but they're full health.
Okay, I like that.
And then we have Zul. Last
Berserker,
one.
of course.
Berserker.
Siren.
Siren. I don't have his skill trees all figured out yet, but what I'm imagining is just this brutal strength where he disarms, throws his cannons and axes away, and just chokes people.
Okay. He can choke me.
It's chokes and groin grabs. Like he's just choke, cock grab, choke, cock grab.
Don't call it a butt slam. Do you remember that commercial?
Yep.
What was that? The pre-sequel? Borderlands, the pre-sequel?
Yeah, I think it was the pre-sequel. Okay, NPCs. Let's play the same game. You have to guess. I'm going to give you the legend. You guess what they do.
Okay.
Caspian.
What skin?
Oh, fuck. Man, you really hit me with a hard one. Probably Harlequin skin?
Does he sell daggers?
He sells something. Sells guns.
Drugs. Oh, guns.
He's a gun vendor. So, like, you remember, like, each city in Borderlands had different gun vendors? And, like, they sold different brands of guns. Mm-hmm. So you had Hyperion, and that's the only one I can remember. He doesn't sell a specific brand. He only steals guns he's stolen.
Oh, okay.
And they don't work. None of them work properly. So, like, you remember how some guns have, like, negative modifiers on them?
Mm-hmm.
All the guns he sells have negative modifiers.
Hell yeah. You hit yourself on fire every time you reload.
Yeah. And they're all stolen, so they're all at, like, a super big discount.
And random like other NPCs might attack you if they see you, even though they're normally friendly, might attack you if you have one of their stolen guns equipped.
And then we have 7.
Vehicle vendor?
Vehicle vendor, mechanic, whatever you want to call it. And that's just because she like has a wrench and works on shit.
That's also literally her like lore. She's in Barraz's lore in the apocalypse and is a mechanic.
But she does vehicle. Oh yeah, I guess she is a mechanic. Okay. I want to save my annoying companion for last because we did that with yours. Who do you think my villain is?
Dusk.
Cross.
Fuck.
So my soldier and villain were the exact opposite of yours. And I just like went with Cross as like a kind of an evil siren. He starts off the Borderlands Welcome to Brawlhalla as like this just villain that's like he's a gang leader and he's just doing nasty gang things, but then come to find out that he's just an evil siren and he has the power of the devil. And then the annoying companion. I'm going with Sniffles. That super weird looking fucking like slimy guy.
Is that the green and yellow guy?
Green and yellow guy. He's my favorite sidekick, first of all.
Oh my god. Yeah, the guy who's just an amalgamation of nightmares.
Yeah. So Sniffles is the annoying companion, but he's never present. So you never interact with him directly. But you get up to the vaults as you're trying to find the artifacts, and it's just like snot graffiti that says Sniffles was here. But it's very clear he didn't make it in. Like, he's just riding on the outside of these vaults, and he's always 2 steps ahead of you, but never making any progress.
I love that.
Alright, that is Borderlands Welcome to Brawlhalla. Let us know whether you like Rox's interpretation of this or mine better, because we really did not plan this very well.
How could you possibly hate? Look at this team. It's killing a bunch of barrages.
I love that we took that in 2 different directions, and both came up with great stories.
Hell yeah, brother. We need to do this more often.
No, these are way fun.
I'm gonna try to come up with artworks of each one. Ooh, we could do a just straight out of the box strikeout team. You got to make them match lore wise, or match like aesthetic wise and everything, and then come up with their Brawlhalla lore as a team.
So like the teams we just made, or
like the teams we just made, but it's a strikeout team, so it's only 3.
But it's a strikeout team.
And you make them match. And
All right. We've tried this before. It failed miserably.
Well, that was just a contest. Now we're coming up with the lore, you know?
All right. Let's do it.
We don't have to do it next episode, but we'll keep it in the back pocket.
We will revisit Borderlands. Welcome to Brawlhalla. All right, Rox. Check us out of here.
Thank you for watching episode 57. I can't believe we're at 57. I can't believe we're only at 57.
It's been a long time. It feels much longer than 57. And I feel like we're due for a guest. But we are.
When was our last guest?
Dude, 45?
Oh my, it's time.
35? It's been a while. And it's hard because there's not very many interesting personalities we haven't talked to.
All right, I'll tell you what. I'll get Mr. Beast on here.
Tell us about the controversy, Mr. Beast. We just need to clip that part about Snipe Socks and let him come on the podcast and just tell me off.
Or like
Snipe Socks,
have a guest. He just records a video at his desk to send to us to watch on the podcast.
If you see the Snipe Socks, I'm sorry, and I'll buy you a beer at BCX as long as you promise not to beat on Kitten Vodka. Peace.
Oh my god, just hard cut to the piece.